I must say, John Harbaugh and the Baltimore Ravens parting ways was great for both parties. Although some Ravens fans have been begging for this firing for some time now, it became very apparent this year. If John Harbaugh missed the playoffs, his time in Baltimore was on thin ice. And according to Ian Rappaport, that is exactly what was happening in the Ravens facility. Harbaugh wanted to run it back with the same staff, including a terrible hiring of Zach Orr, not to mention Lamar Jackson, and other players were not willing to play with Harbaugh anymore. And why I do believe this is great for both parties, this firing reminds me of when Pete Carroll and the Seahawks parted ways a few years ago. Pete Carroll was a fantastic head coach for the Seahawks, as we all knew, but during the last few years of his tenure, it was obvious that it was time to move on, and the Seahawks were proactive. They fired him, they went out there and hired a Mike McDonald, and the rest has been history. But here's why I say this is great for both parties. The Ravens can go out now there and be proactive and hire themselves an innovative play caller from a defensive or offensive standpoint. And as for Harbaugh, he has now become the hottest head coaching candidate in this current year's carousel. And when I say the hottest, according to Jordan Schultz, teams with sitting head coaches who have interest in Harbaugh aren't going to fire their coach unless they feel confident they can land Coach Harbaugh. But I'll name the first suitor that makes plenty of sense, right? The New York Giants. We all know the Giants have expressed major interest, and they very well could hire Harbaugh. They have the quarterback, the receiver when healthy, the offensive line when healthy, the defensive personnel as well, and also an aggressive, money-spending GM no matter what fans may say about him. But as for that second suitor that has a head coach sitting in place right now that just needs the okay to lock things in, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Just to add a little more smoke to this fire, John Harbaugh's daughter plays lacrosse at USF. I can't wait to see how this plays out.